welcome back to another Commander Cycle video. Today we have the Star Wars Black Series Glavis Ring World Mando, aka one of the top figures of 2024, which we'll get into all of his accessories, detail, and packaging right now. So for the packaging, you got the figure, jetpack, blaster, vibro knife, and the dark saber, Black Series right there. Book of Boba Fett, Glavis Ring World, Black Series down there. Cool picture of the Mandalorian right there. Same on the back. 8. There's his bio if you want to pause and read it. Black Series and name right there as well. And we'll go ahead and open this. Sorry for doing that super fast. This is one of my most anticipated figures of all time. I think once he announced him, he looked really cool. And sorry for going too fast. I really am sorry for that, but I really just want to open this guy. Like I said, I usually throw that away. But for this figure here, go ahead and pop out the blaster here by taking off the tape first. And then easily taking him out. Taking that out right there. And for the jetpack here, easily can pop out too. Push that back in because I don't really like disturbing the bubble that much. Take the tape off the vibro knife. Really don't want to lose this because this is one of the only times we've ever seen this, and it's a cool accessory. And then slip the dark saber on out. And like I said, I want to take the tape off here, which I'm struggling with, so I'll probably do some on-camera work for that thing. And then, like I said, pop the feet out usually first. Then go ahead and slowly pop out the Mando, and we'll get the knife and take a look at his accessories. For this Mando here, his jetpack has a nice chrome paint, which I really like. The chrome is actually chrome, unlike the last, first Beskar one, which is this one right here, more of a dark gray. And yeah, overall, this new one is so much more superior and has a better chrome paint. Looks like Beskar. Of course, the other side isn't bothered too much, and the pegs are different because of how this figure was made. It doesn't have that strap for the jetpack, or not the jetpack, the Beskar rifle, or not the Beskar rifle, the rifle or something, the really long blaster. And then for his pistol here, has a nice silver sculpt to it, and nice dark brown in there for the hilt. It's different than this one too, which is more of a chrome. This one's much more silver. The new one's more gray. And the new one also has a more wood textured hilt than the other one does. And then also for the the vibro knife here, the vibro knife looks great. It's some nice silver and dark gray paint, and overall it looks pretty cool and matches how I think I remember it from the show. The dark saber is the same as the Moff Gideon. This is Moff Gideon, but it's the same as Pre-Vizslas. Got the new white to it. No, those scratches are not on from it. Those are from my cat biting it. And then the hilts are also different here, because the new Mando one has a hook for his belt. And for the detail here, there's of course, everything's different between these two, coming from the articulation, detail, and all that. So yeah, cloth cape, first of all, and the back here looks really good. And the O-ring joint system for the shoulder pads, fully Beskar, has some nice silver paint all over the body. Dark blue here and on the gauntlets. There's the hook for the dark saber here, like I mentioned earlier, which you can easily put on. You can remove the blade, but I'm just not going to do that right now. Nice dark brown paint and holster, which is a lot better than the old one where you're going to have that peg system, which I never really liked in the first place because it would always pop out on me. And yeah, so easily it can slip in here and looks good. Nice sort of silver here on the knee pads or thigh pads. Then the knee pads look good with the silver, dark blue, and brown patches. And overall, has a really nice sculpt to it. And there is the sheath for the vibro knife, which if I can find it, here it is. You can just slip it on in here, because that is where he put in the show. Right beneath his boot here, put it in wrong. And yeah, so you can have the vibro knife down there. And looks pretty good. And if you do not want it in there, you can easily pop it out, or you can easily pop it back in. So overall, pretty good accessory. I do wish we got one from the new Paz Vizsla figure, but no, it was just a repack with a new packaging design. But other than that, this vibro knife is really cool and stuff, and I actually like it. And then of course for articulation here, the Mando can look really far up and about really far down here. Nice sort of side to side, can rotate 360 all the way around. And with the shoulder pads now being on the O-ring system, right, as I said, there's a helmet underneath or a head, but yeah, O-ring system and butterfly joints definitely helps that arm move a lot better. Of course, or sometimes the O-ring doesn't all the way work, and it usually sometimes stays in place. Single jointed elbow can go a little bit above 90, side to side swivel there. Go ahead, pop that back down. There is gauntlet rotation, which for some reason that's only on the Mandalorian figures. Side-to-side hinge on this sort of hand. Rotates all the way around. Up and down on the trigger finger hand. For the chest area, you can go that far back. About that far forward, but the belt does sort of like move around sometimes. All you have to do is sort of push this belt down. Can hula hoop pretty good. Or, I mean, not exactly. He kind of gets stuck halfway through, but yeah. Other than that, pretty good. And then the cloth cape here, just have to adjust it, so don't want it to fall out or anything. But the cloth cape is obviously a good plus. They can go that far back or that far out. And sorry for zooming out so far. That far forward and about that far back. And there's a bit of thigh rotation there. Single jointed knee can go that far back, side to side, pretty good. No boot rotation because of the knee rotation. And can go that far down, that far up, and rock it right there. Here he is next to the older Beskar Mandalorian, which you won't see for much longer. More on that a bit later. And the Book of Boba Fett figure here, or throne room. Here he's also next to the new R5, which is another reason why I wanted to get this Mando. And of course, Redbox Grogu. And here he's next to the Moff Gideon and your standard new 2020 Stormtrooper mold figure right there. And here he's next to Black Chrysanthemum Deluxe figure from the Book of Boba Fett and the Dark Trooper, which he looks good next to, of course, because he fought in one of the episodes. And then here he's next to Cobb Vanth and the old Paz Vizsla figure from the Redbox line. And he looks pretty good next to his fellow Mandalorian figures. And speaking of fellow ones, here he's next to the Death Watch and Fleet Commander figure. Also looks great next to him if you want to have a little Season 3 sort of Mando display. And also X-Wolves. And those new Mandalorians coming up will definitely be a part of my display with this figure. Overall, one of the top figures of 2024. He's definitely competing with Malgus, and maybe R2 or that R2 mold is definitely coming with a close third. Other than that, as I said with the older Beskar Mando, I will have a surprise when I finally finish a project that I'm doing with him. I will reveal that when it's finally done. But other than that, Commander Cycle out.